Welcome to my second tutorial. I have designed this in such a way to allow you to see in detail how and why certain moves are performed. I hope you enjoy it.
Tip 1.
Alright, so this is what I call the basic threes. Basically what you're doing is moving browns and blacks and whites left and right across the screen as easily as possible. You should be able to move them backwards and forwards, left and right at your leisure. In this case I'm going to get the brown. It's going to go up twice through the whites, and then I'm going to get the black, which will go down into the white, up into the brown, down to the white, of which then you just repeat the procedure. The brown will be here, it's going up into the white, down to the black, up into the white, and you just grab the black and you do it again and again and again and again all the way. And let's see it in action.
Tip 2.
Alright, so now we have building evenly. What you see here is a shot from the beginning of a distill, and basically giving you an idea as to how to get from a startup getting to building evenly. What you want to do is try and create a couple of vertical rows, and then from there you can worry about doing little tricks later. So for example, this white is obviously going to go down to the browns and blacks. This white will come down, this white will probably come down there as well. The black, that white will go up to the black, down to the browns, of which then this white will be able to come down. Black will come through to there, and the brown will go up through the whites, and you see I've pretty much got rid of all the whites within these couple of rows here. And then after that it's just a matter of slowly moving either your whites to your left or your blacks and your browns through to the right. But what's important is to not just drag your blacks and browns down and up. You'll end up with lines of wedges. Although I've got secrets to be able to get yourself out of those problems later on, the idea is to try not to get yourself into those problems in the first place. So without too much more explanation, I think it's just a bit of practice, and let's have a look how it's done.
Tip 3.
An important habit to get into is what I call flicking. What you actually need to do here is make sure that whenever you take a black or a brown through the white, that you, what I call, flick off at the end through the other colour. So for example, I grab this brown, it goes up through the whites, but then I want to flick it through the black. That way the black comes up through here, and I can use that to then get rid of any other whites down the bottom. Once again, moving the brown up, you flick through the black. Move the brown up, flick through the black. Once you've done that, you can then use the blacks which are in here, like here, to then clear out the other whites, hence keeping it building evenly. Let's see it in action.
Tip 4.
Alright, so now we're going to work out how to remove pests. What I mean by this is the blacks that appear down the bottom, like as you can see here, and browns that appear at the top, with the inability to be able to get them out. For example, if no browns appear down here to be able to drag a black out with the brown, you get stuck with these here. This is a really good example actually, because you get stuck right on the edge here, and you really have to get it right. So basically what I'm going to look at doing is bringing this black down to the bottom here, and I'll probably grab that black, take it down to there, So now I've got the blacks along each of the bottom. I can then grab this brown here, grab the brown, take it through to the along the bottom to the blacks, drag each of the whites back down. You'll notice that I'll then get stuck. I'll have to take the white out, come around and do it again. What's most important here is that you get each of the blacks along the bottom of each of those columns, drag the brown all the way along. You don't do a couple because otherwise that black will get stuck there. Drag the brown all the way along and just repeat the process till you work all the blacks out, and obviously vice versa for the browns. Let's see it in action.
Tip 5.
The important thing about finishing off well is to be able to have the board already set up so that when whites appear, hopefully no matter where they appear, you can quickly get them into position. It's absolutely necessary once you get down to having to fill in the last couple of whites. Let's say 3 whites appear, you need those 3 whites into that last row. You need to be able to get those whites across. So having the board set up allows you to do this. What I call is setting up the finale is having it so that you've got rows of blacks to the top, rows of browns down to the bottom. That way, wherever a white appears in the top half, you drag straight up the line, and whenever any white appears in the bottom half, you just drag down the brown. So you're just grabbing the black, putting it into there, blacks going up into there, blacks going up into there, and into the last one. And that way you've got a row of blacks here, this is black, you move up into there, so you've got a row of browns, and you just build from the outside in, because it's very easy to bring stuff into the center. It's the extremities that are hard. If something appears in the center, you got to get out at the top. And let's see it in action.
Tip 6.
Another very useful move is to be able to drag the whites across the bottom and the top rows to be able to get them up into the very top ones. In this case here, I'm going to create the bottom row by moving the brown down to the bottom here, moving that brown down to the bottom here, moving that brown down to the bottom here. So I'll have a row of black, brown, black, brown. I can grab the white then and take it up through the black down to the brown, all the way through to get to the bottom here. And later on you can use a push-pull to be able to move that to wherever you want, even up to the top here. We'll go through that later, and let's see it in action.